Hello, hello, hello. All right. I just wanted to do some quick check-ins after some quick updates for the off season here. So, hey, what's going on, Dion? All right. So, first, real quick, Napheesa Colliers contract. She signed a 1-year deal for $1.4 million. Now, that is a super max contract. Okay, now we're noting that, but it is a 1-year deal. Yes, she's in the Supermax Club, but why we got 1 year, we have no idea yet. Now, we saw a lot of superstars, or at least the bigger stars, signing the Supermax with multi-year deals. Even some of the regular max contracts were 1 to 3 year deals. So I am interested to see what's going on with the Lynx. Right now, they have Courtney Williams and Kayla McBride. So at least, oh, we got a lot of birds today. So at least with those, with that big three, the Lynx will still have something going on. And they're going crazy. All right, and then with their rookies, they got White and, of course, Olivia Miles. So we'll see Miles play. We'll probably see a lot from her. Not really sure about White yet, because they have a lot signed to training camp. But right now, the Lynx have 15 people on their roster. So they'll still have to make some cuts before the season starts. But I mean, it's a great contract for fee, but definitely just a little bit concerned with the Lynx here. A lot of their role players left. Not sure if they, just weren't offering up the money or it was just more elsewhere. But yeah, the Lynx are gonna look a little bit different, and that'll make it fun, to rank them later. Anyway, all right, and then Natasha Cloud. It's a lot going on, or a lot of conversation going on right now with Natasha Cloud not signing a contract yet. We know she's very outspoken as far as her advocacy for really multiple different things. Black Lives Matter. She's a queer advocate. She's been outspoken, about the war. She did the commercial with Mondani, so not really sure how far that's going down the rabbit hole with her, but out of a lot of the not superstars, but just right below that, I'm pretty surprised she's not signed. But it could also be a contract thing. I mean, who was it? Natasha Heidemann has a 2-year deal, but it's less than the max. So we're looking at her contract is about $750,000. Now, she could have been offered a contract like that, similar to that, but then wanted more of maybe a Courtney Williams contract, the 1.2 million. And the later we get into free agency, I'm more and more concerned with where she'll end up signing. I mean, I'm not really sure which comments could have got her in trouble. She said a lot, Dion. I mean, she hasn't been shy about the CBA, about a lot of the different things online. So we really don't know. But hopefully, I mean, one of these teams can definitely use her. It's unfortunate it won't be with the Liberty because they've already given her number to Rebecca Allen. So we know it's not over there. Um, but we do know the New York Liberty are keeping their core three, their big three. Um, it's been reported they are going to keep Sabrina Ionescu, Jonquel Jones, and Breanna Stewart. So the Liberty look like they're just going to move on without her. Yeah. I don't know why. Was it Kelsey Plum? She signed her contract for $999,999, and then they had the nerve to say it was for cap space. It's literally $1 million contract. So I don't know if she was just saying that because it's not a 1.2. It's not a max contract, obviously, but it's still $1 million contract. She's still making more than the average role player. Um, and then speaking of the average role players, are unsigned guys. I mean, uh, just off rip, obviously you still got Natasha Cloud, but I think it was Tierra McCowan. Yeah, the $1. I haven't. Somebody's gonna give her $1. She's gonna get multiple dollars now. And I'm sorry if she was in my phone and I had her, I'd ask for $1. I'm not giving her $1. But you got Kelsey Mitchell, Natasha Cloud. Obviously, you still got Tina Charles on the board. I'm not sure what we're waiting on here. Tiffany Hayes, we know she can help a few teams. Um, and Kehlani Brown. I mean, you still got, honestly, the Valkyries could still use some beefing up. I'm surprised they didn't re-sign Tiffany Hayes. Um, I mean, Tina Charles has obviously moved on from the Sun, but there are a couple teams that will kind of get into that, even in tank mode, could use somebody like Tina Charles, even if it's just in their locker room and on the bench. Um, I feel the same way about Tiffany Mitchell. I thought she put in some really good minutes for the Storm last year, so that's another one. I'm surprised they're still on the board. I could agree with you there, Dion. Tiffany is probably shopping around. But that's kind of what scares me, because the later they wait into free agency, they're just gonna have to take what's left, and if it's not a max or just under max contract or whatever she's looking for, she might get left to the wind. And that's, you go from sixth player of the year. I know a team wants her, but I agree. That's probably a big negotiation thing there. Um, and then just thinking of that, Natasha Cloud, I know that probably had to play into it too, especially seeing her change agents, not even at the beginning of free agency, but like right in the middle somewhere. So that back and forth couldn't have been healthy either. But yeah, I mean, some of these players are probably holding out for the bag, but I'm pretty sure Tiffany Mitchell would take a contract. Um, I McCowan and, oh man, Brown. I know they'll take contracts, so I don't know. It's interesting that these specific players are still on the board. Um, and then you still have Bree Hall, Bria Hartley, Ari McDonald, Ariel Powers. So there's still some players on the board. Is you just get to looking through the teams, and I mean, they're stacked. Like I said, the Lynx already have 15 players on their roster. Um, the Aces have a little bit of room there. One spot, maybe two. The Fire have absolutely no room. They have like 21 people on their roster. So you just start to run out of places to go. I mean, the Fever have 16 on their roster. The the Sparks have 16. So I mean, I hope they find spots, but I mean, they're not going to the Wings. They have 22. They have 22 players on their roster, and they just signed Odyssey Sims, which I'm just hoping makes it through opening day, because she has a 1-year contract. But I don't know. We've seen this with her back and forth, and they just have so many players. I mean, 22. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 of them on training day contracts alone. So I mean, yeah, it's gonna be crazy actually making it to opening day for the Wings specifically. Um, and yeah, I mean, I just wanted to have a little back and forth there with the players, and then I did want to play with the ranking there. I saw one on. Oh, that's the right one. We saw a few of these floating around. So let's see what we got. Is it this one? Yes, this one. Alright, so I have. Oh no, that's my shoulder. Okay, so I have contenders, playoff teams, sleeper teams, teams that may not be tanking but are definitely planning for the future, and the tankers. All right. Oh yeah, I'm definitely happy for Sims. All right, Dion, who you got? Who you got as a contender? Let's see here. All right. So I like the moves the Storm made. That's why I can't really put them in tank mode. But I do think they did enough to play into their future. So that's kind of how I'm looking at it there. Um, but as soon as you think about the moves made and then the moves that weren't made, you get a team like the Mercury. You have no idea what they're doing. So they're probably looking for a nice pick there. Okay, I got you. The Aces. Now, the Aces are definitely contenders. They kept all four of their main players. So, I'm not even going to be mad there. You got a couple of I put the put the Dream in there twice. Um I like their additions, but just based on their off-season moves, this will only be because they kept their big four. Um and then let's see. Well, since Atlanta's right here, I'm gonna at least. I want to say they're a playoff team, but I really think the way they're beefed up, I gotta give them contenders. Like they're a deep playoff team in my opinion. Um, Off-season moves, free agency signings. I just think they're made. They want to win now. Carter is a big plus too. So yeah, I mean, at least for these few, I'm still confident in that decision. Let's see who you got. Okay. All right. So far we got tens from the crowd. Let's see. I like what the Tempo did more than just them planning for the future. I don't know how far they'll get in the playoffs just because everything is new, but I do think they could sneak up on some people. Having Marina Mabrey, Brittany Sykes, they're planning to strike now, even if it's not win now. Um, and by comparison, I'm not really sure how the Fire we're trying to fill out here. I mean, they made some decent pickups, but I from just this slot, I think they're playing for the future. They're gonna do a little bit more over the next few years. For expansion teams, though, the Tempo struck while the iron was hot. It was so much going on in free agency, and they attacked like they've been here. So at least in that respect, off season, free agency, everything, the Tempo definitely did better than the Fire. So I'll give them that step above. Connecticut will tank. Ooh. I have to put them in the tank because they're they're not playing for the future, at least in Connecticut. Um, it'll work for them, especially moving to Houston. So a nice pick for for the Comets to come back. So can only be but so mad at that. Um, who we got randomly? The Wings, we're just gonna throw them up here in the playoffs. I don't think they'll have a problem making the playoffs. I think after a year playing with Beckers and Agumbawale, I think they'll at least make it to the playoffs, if not go a little far there. Mystics in the playoffs? Mystics in the playoffs? What? Ooh. Ooh, Dion. I'm going to give it to you, but I'm going to tell you, I think the Mystics are, I can't even give them, oh man. I honestly just think they're making moves for the future. Too much is going to happen over the next couple of years. Even wanting to play through so many forwards, I just don't see their whole game plan yet. But okay, so we so we got a little bit of a consensus there. So I I had them a little bit further down. I did have them for the future, but we got a playoff and a sleeper in here. So we're gonna land at a sleeper. Okay. But I think that's giving the Mystics a lot right now. They might sneak in, so I'll give you sleeper. Who we got? Who we got? Okay. So we'll land in the middle because they could surprise us. They have a lot going on. We just don't know where they're gonna land. Okay, let's see. The Lynx, I want to put in the playoffs. I'm not gonna hold you, but they lost so much of their bench. I don't know. Anybody got something on the Lynx? Because I feel like with Fee only signing a 1-year deal, they they could end up making more moves for the future, even though they have somebody like Courtney Williams for a couple of years. I could see them making the playoffs. Maybe. What do we got? I don't know. I don't know about the Lynx shit. I might have to circle back. I don't know. Man, my Valkyries. Sadly, I have to put them for the future. I love the Gabby Williams move. We still got Veronica Burton. And I wanted to make them sleepers, but I just feel like other teams made better moves in the offseason, even after their 1 year. They keep loading up on international players. Okay. All right. We'll get them. They keep loading up on international players, so they have a future. That's all I can see right now. I mean, I hope they do better than that, but that's honestly how I feel. All right, we got low seed playoffs for the Lynx. All right, we'll throw them up there. Like I said, I kind of had them in sleeper range, so we'll throw them in the playoffs just because they could make the playoffs even if they just, go out in that first round. Just got a Burton jersey. Nice. Okay. A little bit jealous on that one, but nice move. I like BB. I'm glad they kept her. She earned her spot in Golden State. All right. And then New York, who did they just lose? They lost Natasha Cloud, but they kept and they just signed Sabali. Oh yeah. So we'll keep them in the playoffs. That's crazy though. Natasha Cloud got let go, got traded from Phoenix when they picked up Sabali, and she's basically being let go from New York now that they're picking up Sabali. So, gotta kind of feel for her there. LA was another interesting team for me because they just picked up Neko Gumake, Erica Wheeler. Who's contenders? New York? Ooh, y'all have contenders? Okay. Alright. Can't be mad at it. We gotta have a couple up there. So I'll give it to you. Alright. So we got LA, the Fever, and Chicago. I don't know how I got Atlanta in there twice, but things happen. Okay. Sabrina and Stewie. I'll give you contenders. We gotta have more than two up there. Who we got? Okay, so we got LA, Indiana, and Chicago. I hate to say it, but Chicago might be a sleeper team for me here. Again, I hate to say it because I'm a out and out Chicago hater, respectfully, but they did their thing. Jeff cooked a little bit. Sabrina's gonna have a good year. I agree. I don't know what happened last year, but I feel like everybody's gonna come back pretty healthy. Stewie had a long off season, playing in Unrivaled and overseas, so hopefully everybody's rested. Who's a tank? Can't be Chicago. Can't be Chicago. Skylar Diggins, Dejanay Carrington, Azare Stevens, Camila Cardoso. I mean, their starting five is sick. I mean, again, respectful hater. That's a killer starting five. Only reason I can't say for the future is because I don't think they're planning to keep everybody. Maybe for a year or two, but then you run into... You think they're a playoff team? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I really don't think they're going for the future. You got two different expansion drafts coming up, so... But I could give you playoffs out. Hey. And then we got Atlanta and the Fever. Who else went to the Fever? Hold on, let me double check the Fever really quick. I don't remember who else is on their team right now. Kaylin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell. Oh, they did sign Lexi Hall, Maisha Hines, Allen, Sophie Cunningham, Ty Harris, rookies, Raven Johnson. She's going to give Kaylin hell in practice, as she should. 16 players, 2 cuts. Sleeper? I'm going to have to go sleeper for the Fever. And then we got LA left. Oof. LA. We got Fever playoffs. Really? Oy vey. Okay. So look, we'll put, because what do we have? 8. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that's what we got here. 2 sneakers. For the Fever? Alright. And I think we have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, one of the sleepers. Unless y'all want to fix it now. that's pretty much how I'll land here. I had a couple different things, but I'll take you guys on New York, the Mystics, and I feel like we moved somebody else, but I could work with this. Kaylin was injured most of the season, and they upset 3. They did. They most definitely did. Okay. All right. So we'll give it to the Fever for now. Again, it's only because the Mystics, I just have no idea what they're doing. The Dream is literally a sleeper. You're right about that. Now I do see them making a nice push in the playoffs, but yes, the Dream may be a sleeper team. Sleeping on for all the wrong reasons. But yeah, I just wanted to play around with the teams there, rank some things, talk about some breaking news. They had everybody's so caught up with the Paige Beckers and AZ Fudd pairing, and then they had Megan Rapinoe and Sue Bird come out and announce their separate. So it's a whole bunch of other things going on in the space. So I think that took over the news cycle. Outside of the Liberty signing, it's more questionable who they haven't signed. And yeah, that's really all they've given us today. I think it's 21 days till opening night. So that's pretty much all I have for you today. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I could only be but so upset. So I just, found what was basketball for the moment. Yeah, we got everybody. All right. Other than that, I appreciate you, gentlemen, players and playettes. I will catch you guys later.